Everyone is coming, and you too. After all, you are the main event. It's bachelor party, Jungkook. Jungkook brushes hair while looking in mirror. Wine won't like it if she found out. You are not even married yet. Then you are roaming behind. If you get married, then you will forget us. Come on, it's not like you are going to have eye on girls, or do you? I have my girl, who have my everything. Why would I do that? Then it's a bachelor's party. Come on, your all fans come for your wedding at short notice. You know Jimin is also coming. Jimin is coming? I didn't expected him to. Of course, Jungkook said. Wine is little possessive and jealous type, Back in high school when I went in club like whole our batch is there except her. And next day when she saw the pictures and I clicked some picture with girls who are very close to me in pictures, after that she ignored me like I was invisible for her. You are weird, man. You say you never have eye on other girls, and on other hand, you say you click picture with them that too close. It's not like that. They asked me to click, but they clinged over me. That's why she used to think me as a playboy. She's sensitive about little things. I got to know lately. So you are saying you are not coming? I'm not saying to drop the plan of bachelor's party. We can do somewhere else. We are short of time. Tomorrow is a wedding. If you want, you can invite Ryan. She won't come. She is not a big fan of clubs. I know her very well. Leave it. Don't be upset. I'm coming. I'll talk to her, okay? Okay, be on time, huh? He hung up the call. He looked himself in mirror and put on some deo and then dial your number. But you didn't pick up, but then a message popped up. I call back you later. Auto-generated message. She might be busy, although she is my hard-working lady, he said while looking at his phone wallpaper. Guys, the soon-to-be groom is here. He cheered looking at the person who just entered, while rest of his friends cheered and Jungkook ran and hugged him tightly. Chiminchi, they both hugged. You are too quick, Jungkook. I didn't get a chance to be in your engagement. He broke the hug. You know my dad, right? And he nodded. Hi, Jungkook. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations, bro. He hugged him. Thanks, bro. They broke the hug. Hi, Jungkook. And Jungkook looked at her a bit nervously. Hi, Leah. He said, smiling forcefully, and she hugged him out of blue, and he felt little awkward. He raised his brow and looked at Taehang, and while Taehang just shrugged off his shoulder and drank. They all were enjoying and drinking while Jungkook just standing in corner watching them enjoying. And Jimin came. Bro, why are you not drinking? Although you love it, he said, offering him, but he denied. No, I don't want. Cut it off as Taehang came and speak. Wine won't like it, right? He said teasingly. It's not like that. Being gentleman, I see. So this is called magic of love? And Jungkook just smiled while scratching his back. I didn't believe on this, but after seeing him, I believe love can change a person. They high-fived and laughed. Oh God, why this Leah is drinking so much? Who will handle her? She is heartbroken after all. She did everything to get Jungkook, but sadly couldn't. And you shouldn't have to worry about her. Her bodyguard is here, Jack. Oh, wait, why she's coming here? He said while placing his drink, and Jungkook got little nervous. I'm going. Hey Jungkook, little drunk, not fully drunk, still in her senses, and he smiled nervously, but she clinged over him and touched him a little inappropriately, and Jungkook get annoyed. Leah, be in your limits, furiously jerking her hand away, which was on his, and he turned, but she pulled him again by his collar, resulting his two buttons got broke. Call her boyfriend, I mean Jack, he said to Taehyung. What he'll do? See, he's busy with flirting with other girls, and they both sighed. Young handle her. Why you even invited her at first? Not me, Jimin. Jimin smiled nervously. You are not even drinking. Come on, have mine. No, I don't want. But she extended her glass, and Jungkook was going to stop her, but a hand on her glass, and three looked, and Jungkook gulped, and Taehyung also gulped, looking at you. And you looked at his two button open, which he quickly covered with his hand. Why? And three of them mumbled, and you snatched glass from her hand and looked at her furiously. Hey, who are you? Little drunk voice, as you smell alcohol, you feel disgusted, but you chuckle sarcastically. I don't know why people drink if they can't handle. Stay away, you. Before she could say last word, Jungkook shouted, Leah, watch your mouth before I forget you that you are a girl, he said angrily, catching everyone's attention. Let me handle her, then I'll see you, Jungkook. You said, glaring at him, and Jungkook gulped hard. He's saying no. Why were you forcing him? Clenching your jaw. Way you shut her mouth, pointing your index finger at her. I didn't finish yet. Bro, you will be dead today, he whispered to Jungkook, and he glared at him. I mean, look at her. The way she is looking at her, like she will burn her alive, he whispered again. I'm already out. I didn't even know about who organized this party, he whispered to them. You know the meaning of no, right? Smilingly. Bro, she's smiling means danger, he whispered again. Shut up, Hyung. I'm already scared, he whispered back. No means no. If a girl says that too, and if a boy says that too, you said little loud tone and placed the glass on the counter with a loud thud. Three of them shut their eyes in fear, and Jungkook breath hitched as he looked at you, as he have seen here this sight for the first time. But he has one more emotion, which is he feeling proud, but it overshadowed by the fear that what you gonna do with him. As you glared at them, and three of them quickly looked away, where everyone gasped. You were asking me who I am. Let me introduce myself to everyone. I'm his fiancé Shinwayan, smiling, and you looked at him. He's my man. Jungkook smiled and soon covered as you looked at him. Congratulations to you both, he shouted. Thanks. Whoa, Ryan, I expect this from you. I'm so proud of you. You smiled back and Leah left from there. You finally looked at them as Taehyung smiled nervously, and Jungkook is still processing. Hi, Ryan, nervously, and you just shook your head. As you scanned Jungkook, his two button opened, and there is a mark of lipstick, and you clenched your jaw because you are really angry at him right now. You took a long breath and looked at Jimin and Taehyung, who has drink in their hands, and they quickly hide as soon as they saw you are looking at it. You were feeling like to vomit because of alcohol smell as you covered your nose. It's not alcohol, it's apple juice. You are getting us wrong. They glared at him, and Jimin laughed nervously. By the way, I'm Jimin. Nice to meet you. You just nodded. You couldn't bear the smell anymore as you turned and about to leave, but Jungkook held your wrist. Ryan, don't talk to me if you have drank, you said coldly, and he quickly shook his head. No, I swear I didn't. I didn't even touch because I know you don't like the smell of alcohol. Still, I don't want to talk to you. And you walked from there, and Jungkook followed. Let's pray for him. He take a sip. Ryan, listen, please. I swear I didn't do anything. And you stopped and looked at him. Where is your phone? And he checked quickly in his pocket, looked at you, and you shook your head. I think I forgot in car, he said in low voice. You know how many times I have called you? How worried I am. That called both of us, but you are not there. At least you can inform me. And he lowered his head. I called you, but you were busy that time. I thought call you later, but you forgot. Well, leave. I don't have much time. You took her out of envelope from your car and handed it to him. Sign this and give this to Dad. I have already signed. But what is this? Read by yourself. I'm leaving. As you open your car door. Let me drop you then. No, I have my car. You also have your own. Go enjoy as much as you want to. I was worried about you. Fortunately, I recognized your car when I was coming back, and you sit in your car and drive away. He kicked on the wall unknowingly as he knew you are mad at him now, and he walked and opened his car door quickly, take his phone. When did this came out of my pocket? He on and looked at Ryan and his dad's missed call and punched on car. Damn, 100 missed call from her and 20 from Dad. You deserve this, Jungkook. And what else you can expect from her? And Dad, he'll kill me. But I will pacify Dad. How will I pacify my lady? She's so stubborn. What if she said no? And he quickly shut it off. Ani, I will not let this happen. Be positive, Jungkook, he said to himself. You are laying on the bed as you scroll on your phone and looked at your engagement photos. A smile appeared on your face. I still can't believe tomorrow is our wedding. Everything changed in blink of an eye. Jungkook, you are still same, careless and irresponsible. Your disbehavior makes me scared. I know I love you, but you should become little responsible. Even your own dad doesn't trust you with responsibility. You mumbled yourself. And suddenly you heard a sound and you quickly get up from the bed. Looked in your balcony, you slowly walked as you can only see a shadow. Who was there as you slowly removed the curtain and see a man. He was back facing you and it's dark and you were terrified. Oppa, you shouted, but he quickly covered your mouth with his palm. Shh, it's me, Jungkook, as you see his face and sighed heavily, and he removed his palm. What are you doing at this late, and how did you get here? Actually cut it off your hurdle knock. Viney, are you okay? Open the door, he shouted. Oppa, you mumbled. Hide quickly. If he'll see you, he might misunderstand, you panically said. Wait, we are couple, he said unbotheredly, and you looked at him in disbelief. Yeah, witch, open the door or I will break it, he shouted. Wait, what if there is a thief? He mumbled to himself. Yeah, you thief. If you did anything to my sister, I will chop you in little pieces, he shouted. I'm going to open the door before you call the cops. You go hide under the bed, you panically said, dragging him. He bent and you walked to open the door as he was continuously banging the door. As you are about to open the door, but he stand there. What are you doing here? You yelled in whisper. There is no space to hide a muscle man like me, he normally said, and you glared at him. Yeah, why? And you opened the door and he hid behind it while chuckling. Yes, Oppa, you nervously said, side-eyeing on Jungkook, who is smiling like an idiot. He sighed heavily. What took you so long and what happened? Why you screamed? I was banging the door. Can't you hear that? How much I got worried? He started his chin wrap. I came out of the washroom and I saw a rat. So I screamed in fear. Smiling nervously, and suddenly you got shiver as Jungkook held your one hand from behind the door. Because of a small rat, you disturb my sleep? How can you do this? He banged on the door, which hit Jungkook's forehead, and he pressed his lips together to prevent making any sound. And you put your hand in between as he was going to bang again. Oppa, why you banging it? Show, where is the red? He tried to enter, but you stopped him. It's gone. You are such a witch who is still awake at this late. You want to look like a panda at your wedding? You squint your brows. Why your balcony door is open? You want to invite thieves? Yeah, I'll lock it. You go. He again banged, but you stopped it by your hand to prevent to hit Jungkook. Yeah, Oppa, and Jungkook placed a kiss on your hand, making you feel ticklish. I swear I wanna kill you for ruining my sleep, witch. He glared at you before walking, and you quickly closed the door, and you sighed heavily, looked at Jungkook, who is just giving you an innocent look, and you glared at him. And he rubbed his forehead as you remember the door hit him. Is it hurting? You asked with concern. Yeah, a little bit. You shook your head and held his wrist and made him sit on the bed. Take out a pain relief gel to apply. You touch his forehead, but he hissed in pain, and you press his other hand, and he looked at you. Don't touch it, it's hurting. Removing your hand. I know, right? You looked at him for a while and again tried to touch, but he didn't let you. You sighed and put it on bed. Looked at him, and he just stared you blankly, and you suddenly kissed his forehead, and he got shocked as he couldn't process what just happened with him. And then you applied the gel gently, and he just stared you as he was blushing so hard. Now tell me, what are you doing at this hour, huh? He pulled you and you landed on his lap, and he hugged you tightly like he doesn't want to lose you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I promise this won't happen again, he said while snuggling his face in your crook, and you just smiled. Please don't say no to Prest. I can't afford to lose you. And you broke the hug and looked at him in confusion. Are you mad? Why would I do that? I thought he couldn't complete, and you slightly hit his head. Oh God, don't think too much. He looked at you with his poker face. Aren't you mad because of Leia? You glared at him. I let go of that, but why you let her touch you? I tried to, but she was drunk. What if you see me with other man and I said the same thing to you? His expression changed in fierce one in blink of an eye, and he pulled you closer, making your heart stop for a second. I will remove his eyeballs and beat shit out of him. Serious tone. Then what reaction you expect from me? When I said you did wrong, I won't be mad at you because I trust you. Don't you trust me? If I wouldn't trust you, I would have removed this ring and thrown on your face in the club. Then what are you mad at? He kissed your one cheek. You are being irresponsible. Jungkook, a marriage is a big responsibility itself. And then this company ownership, as you are appointed as director. So you are worried about this, then I am being irresponsible. You looked down and nodded, and he sighed. Dad has still doubt on you. He lifted your chin up and to made you look at him. Then I'll prove him wrong. This is my promise to you, my wifey. We didn't marry yet. How can you call me dad? Trying to hide your blush, and he chuckled looking at your face. I like it. Laughing at your condition, and you hit his chest, and then you both looked at each other for a while. How you climbed to my room? What if something happened to you? As you suddenly realize. I hurted you. How can I sleep when you are upset? I can climb my mountain for you, and it's just a floor, pecking your forehead. You don't have to do this. I don't particularly expect you to make me happy. The two of us will be happy together. He pinched your nose again, and silence fell in an environment, and you both stared at each other. Everything happened so fast, Jungkook. It was just yesterday. We started dating and you stopped as he was looking at you. Love is not about how many days, months, or years you have been together. It's all about how much you love each other every day, he said in a husky voice, sending shivers to your spine. You both have an eye contact for a few good minutes as he leaned closer and you closed your eyes, clutching his shirt tightly, and then. Yeah, which he banged the door and you both flinched as you quickly got up from his lap. I swear, Jinhyung, I will surely not give you entry in my house. You are a moment spoiler, he annoyingly mumbled and you chuckled. Which, I know you are not sleeping. Tell me where is my AirPods? He shouted from outside. But it's late, why you need them? You shouted back. Because I can't sleep, tell me where are they? He shouted and banging the door. Opa, I'm sorry I forgot them in my office locker. Yeah, you witch. How many times I've told you not to touch my things? I'm very happy you are leaving this house tomorrow. He again started his gym rep and you shook your head. Donacel, and you are holding your dad's hand. Both of your eyes met. He showed his funny smile and you shook your head a little, telling him he is looking awesome. And he showed you this. And he extended his hand and your dad put your hand on his and he gave him a assuring smile and just stared at your alluring face, which is making his heart fluster, and he couldn't help to just stare you without blinking, and your heart skipped a bit because of his gaze. He pointed at you and made a finger hurt you wide your eyes, and people giggles out there. Please start reading woes, and your heart start race faster and tears form in your eyes as it feels like a dream to you. Do you, John Jungkook, take Shin Wine as your lawfully wedded wife? Your heart is pounding. I do, directly looking in your eyes, and he shook his head, gesturing you not to cry as he noticed your tear. Do you, Shin Wine, take John Jungkook as your lawfully wedded husband? As soon the priest said, the grip on the dress tightened because your nervous is it's on its peak, which noticed by Jungkook, and he stepped closer to you and held your one hand gently from which you were holding your dress, and the grip loosened and he intertwined your hands with yours and you feels better. I do. You said softly and a tear dropped from your eyes which Jungkook took in his hand and you looked at him. I announced you as your lawfully wedded husband and wife. You may kiss the bride now. Crowd cheered and clapped. One tear slowly rolled down from your eyes, which he wiped gently with his thumb back your forehead and pulled you in a warm hug. Don't cry, or else your makeup will ruin and Jinhyun will make fun of you. He whispered softly and you chuckled and then broke the hug. You're looking very handsome, Mr. Husband. Your looks caught my attention, but you stole my heart. You said soft tone and he smiled. And you stole my everything. How can you be the perfect perfection? He said in his raspy voice, pulling closer by your waist, and he planted a soft kiss on your forehead. Cleared her throat. You can continue your romance later, lovebirds. Jungkook scratched his back and you feel like disappear from there as you look other side. Youngsunim, he's really teasing his single fans. He really called me single in the language that I don't even knew. How can he so be rude? Take care of my little sister. Don't bother her, Jungkook. He patted your head gently. Yeah, your sister, because I'm your nothing, sarcastically. Why, daughter, I know you will change this part in gentleman. Or if he ever try to hurt you, just call me. I will come back to beat his. Jungkook rolled his eyes. Take good care of Jungkook too, Ayani. You are always my side, Hyungsunim. You hugged your dad and he patted your back and then mom. Then you looked at your brother and smiled because he said he will be the happiest person when you leave, but he has no courage to face you. Open now, be happy. I'm not going to take your things. Whole house will be yours. Yeah, I'm very happy. Fake smiling and you hugged him. I miss you. Come to visit me. Jungkook, take care of her. I never let tears come out from her eyes. Heavy thought, and you also got emotional and hugged him again. I'm not crying. My eyes are sweating. Everyone chuckled and you chuckled with teary eyes. You were struggling with your dress and you flinched when you felt two muscular arms around you and he rested his chin on your shoulder. Are you tired? He said as his eyes closed. A little bit. You spoke nervously and he made you face him without breaking the hug. He looked at your nervous face and he shook his head and stepped back a little. Go and fresh. He speak out of blue, making you confused. Huh? Be comfortable, Ryan. I'm not doing anything. And not anytime soon because everything happened in rush. I don't want to make you uncomfortable, he said softly and you looked at him. He patted your head and turned to leave. Jungkook, you speak and he turned. What made you fall for me? He smiled and covered your face. I didn't fall in love with you cause falling is an accident. I chased your love and craved for it. It was on purpose with a purpose. And I don't need any reason to love you. I love you because I love you. You quickly pecked his cheek and he smiled. I may not love you the way you love me, but I love you with my all heart, you said. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and no more bonus please.